I don't understand why you like to talk about me like that.
No, I think that sometimes we don't realize how we come across to our partner. Like you're like, hit stop. It's like it's very
I did not say
demanding.
hit stop.
Very
I said hit stop.
demanding. No,
We can play it back.
no,
We can
no.
play
Yeah,
the tape
that's
back,
okay. We'll
and you
play
can
the tape
hear
back later. But
later. Okay.
it's just funny. That's okay. Because I'm sure I don't realize how I come across sometimes.
Yeah.
It's not always caring and endearing. And I think sometimes you need to make sure your partner knows in a way that it's a little softer the way you're not all the time. I'm not saying, but just that caring.
Okay. So what is it that makes you respond the way you normally do without thinking about caring or responding in a caring way? What why? Why do you have to keep that in mind? Why can't you just be yourself? You always say this all the time.
Oh
You
yeah.
just let me be me.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I'm saying I'm not just talking about us. I'm just talking about some couples when they interact as well with their mate, depending on what they're feeling at that time. Because remember, we don't always tell each other in the moment that they're bothering us. That something they said or something they did
Well, shouldn't we
really
though?
bothered us. So no,
Why
because
not?
sometimes
Like if you're bothering me,
you hold it in. Sometimes when we talked about this before, you don't want to hold stuff in. You should say, "Will, you know what? That really bothered me." But a lot of couples don't. They'll be like, "Okay, honey, see you later," and they know something happened that they should have addressed then and there.
okay. So
So
when I said hit stop, and you said I said hit stop, did that bother you?
yes,
It bothered you.
and
Okay.
that's why I said it.
Okay.
If
So
you
how should I have asked? I should have said, could you please hit stop?
you could have said, hit stop now. It was just a delivery or whatever. You didn't, like I said, it's nothing that you did on purpose. I love that gray color, that car.
I
But
love how you just
yeah,
interrupt your own thoughts.
but yeah, so I think that it's okay to be aware of how you're reacting or speaking to your mate.
Okay.
You agree?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It definitely is something that is important to be aware of, so that because you want to have someone speak to you in a kind and loving
Always,
manner.
yes.
So you should be mindful of that when you're speaking to somebody.
Right. I think that people should speak to their spouses the way they speak to the pets. Think about it. You are always, I come in the house and I'm like, oh, you're so,
Yeah,
I
you
love
never greet
you.
me like that when I
Oh,
come
you.
home. I don't get that kind of love when I come in
I
the
said
house.
that's why I think people should. I said
so
because
now,
it's that.
so wait, when you come home now, I should be like, oh hi Lynn, oh I missed you. That would make you feel good every time you come home.
No, Will, I'm not saying every time. I'm just saying that with a little more kindness. We know we treat our dogs like humans anyway, but
Yeah.
it's like, and I think it's because, for me, I can only speak for me. I know personally that I get that unconditional love. Like they don't care. They don't care about any of my flaws. They don't care, about anything. They are always just emotionally there for me and happy to see me. And I think, yeah, we're not always happy to see our spouse, but I think we are. I think that you and I, we're happy to see each other. Again, I think it could depend on what happened that morning or what happened, the night before, where one of us
right.
could be holding something in.
Well, and that's the thing. I guess I don't know. Do animals hold grudges? I mean, maybe they
I
do.
don't
I don't
think.
know. But like,
Yeah, you know what? They could actually, because if someone mistreats them over and over, it takes a while. I think it takes a while, but I think if they have an owner that mistreats them, they after a while will not be as emotionally available for that person.
yeah, I think yeah, because animals can pick up on
Yes.
different emotions that you're, I guess,
Yep.
emoting,
Emoting.
whatever.
Yeah.
You're
Putting
sending
out.
out vibrations,
Yes.
and they can pick up on those. But if you constantly treat them a certain way, they will respond to you a certain way. So if you're constantly treating them negative and
Yes, and that
bad and
happens with
mean, it's
humans too. Sometimes there are, I think for me personally, and you know this, respect is really big for me.
yeah,
I think that give respect, and hopefully you will receive respect. Doesn't always happen, and I'm not saying I'm perfect because I'm not, but I do think that, for example, if someone constantly just never says hello to you when you're in the same room, or they enter a room and you're the only one in that room, you see them, they see you, but they just don't acknowledge that you're there. After a while, you, the person that, is not being acknowledged, you stop acknowledging them. And I know it's probably not the right thing to do, but it's like if this person's going to continue to, in your eyes, my eyes, disrespect me, why
right.
should I?
So you feel like it's a disrespectful thing. It's just you're not even
When it's done on
respecting me as a
purpose.
human.
Right, when it's done on
To give me the
purpose.
common courtesy just
Yes.
to acknowledge my existence as another human
As
being
another
in the
human.
room. Okay.
You don't have to like me. You don't have to like me. But, I say hello to everyone, especially those folks I know. And I think the courtesy, and we'll have to look this up in the Emily Post book, is when you enter a room, you're supposed to say hello. Now, whether or not anyone else says hello to you, it's like when you enter a Zoom call. You should say hello. You don't have to say anything else. You could just say hello to everyone that's on the Zoom call. But I think we are becoming, so I don't know. I just think there are some folks that they don't have the same etiquette.
So you're really big on respect, and when you don't get that respect, it makes you feel a certain way. It makes you feel a certain way about that person that doesn't give you that respect, and then you then start to feel like, well, I don't, need to respect you. And it's challenging because if you're in an environment where you're dealing with a person, you see this person frequently, and you have to engage with this person frequently, then that becomes a struggle for you to deal with.
Yeah, and sometimes I think it would be good to have a conversation with that person and find out if there is something there. But it could just be that person.
Right.
And you have to accept that. And, you...
Like right now, I have to accept that these idiots in front of me won't move so I can go past them.
Right. And I don't know if they're idiots. I think that they're probably just at 11:02 out for a nice drive. They don't really have any place they have to get to.
You can be out for a nice drive on a Saturday morning. Just do your nice driving in the right lane so the people that don't want to do that nice drive or that want a nice drive at a faster pace can go past you.
Yeah, but you're in the...
I'm over here because there was nowhere to...
You're in the slow lane, buddy. You're in the...
Actually, both lanes are slow right now because ain't nobody moving. It's that Tesla up there.
You're in the cruising lane.
The Tesla's in the wrong lane.
Yes. Tesla's like, I have no...
All right, so I got a question now. Why do... I mean, maybe it's just me. When I finally get past this Tesla, I'm going to go look and see who's driving that car. Be like, I just have to, out of curiosity, what kind of person drives slow in the fast lane?
There are Bettys. there are Bettys out here in this world, and they just want to take their time. That's what we call them. We call them Betty.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
take your time in the different. There's only 2 lanes on this highway.
well,
Get out the fast lane if you're not going to drive fast.
I think that that person is slowing everyone
See,
down.
look. Somebody's just going around them. Now,
I
the next
understand
car
that.
is going to go around them, and then the next car is going to go around. Then I'm going to go around them. Once one car goes around you, that should be a clue. Hey, I should not be in this lane. Let's say, all right, so 3 cars just passed
It
this guy.
depends
Let's
on
see if
what
this
they're
guy wakes
going
up and is like,
through.
you know what? Maybe I should get over.
No, because they like driving in this lane.
What?
They're not going to get over. Like, I like driving in the right lane. And sometimes folks roll up on me, and I just, did you take a look?
I did, but they had tinted windows. I
There
couldn't
you
really
go.
see.
They're like, I'm doing what I do. You do what you do. Go around me.
I think that's inconsiderate.
And it could
There's
be.
road rules. You should know the rules of the road. You let people go. If you aren't driving it as fast as the people behind you, the polite thing to do is to be like, oh, let me move over.
Yeah, I agree with that. I absolutely
So that's
agree.
a rude driver. That's the way I look at
It's a
it.
Tesla driver, but I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave that one
Wait,
alone.
all Tesla drivers are rude?
I'm going to leave that
Oh,
one
you ain't
alone. I'm
going
not
there,
going
right?
there
All right.
at all. They live in a different world than everybody else.
Okay.
But I do think that respect is big for me.
Yeah.
And I think it always
that
will
would be one of your values.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. So I wanted to get into a little bit of a reset about why we even started our podcast. Obviously, I'm going to say this, even though you keep telling me not to say it, but we run the most consistently inconsistent podcast on the planet.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah. One day we will get beyond this inconsistency, but we do reach a certain amount of people. It's not a huge amount, but I just wanted to kind of revisit why, in your mind, do you think we started this podcast? Grab the questions.
No, I think that we started the podcast because
You got it?
you and I, were talking one day, and we literally talked about, friends that were splitting up or getting a divorce. And as we were talking about our situation, we first came up with the name, Still Standing, because literally I think I said, could have been you, said, why are we still standing?
You can go ahead and take the credit for it.
Yeah, why are we still standing? Like, what was the reason?
I mean, everything is your idea anyway.
Most things are.
Right.
And then you're able to execute on them.
Right.
Right.
But
I have the ideas.
Yeah.
But I can execute as well. You just don't like my. Anyway, we're not gonna go there. So I think that we were seriously talking about, why are we still together? What's keeping us together? We're not different. We're not special, and maybe in our eyes, but what was it? Seriously, we were like, what was it? And then we started, hey, why don't we start a podcast? Because we're not an expert on relationship. None of us have a degree of therapy or marriage or any type of
marriage?
A degree in marriage.
Or marriage.
Or marriage.
Yeah.
Or couples or whatever the certification degree
Right.
is. We don't have that, but we have life experience.
Right. Okay. So, in your mind, what do you want our audience to take away from the conversations that we have? What's our message, other than we're still standing?
I think I just want them to learn from things that we went through. Take whatever little piece, nugget, whatever you want to call it, away from our situations that we've had, how we've handled them, how any of our guests have handled their marriage, the ups and the downs, and be able to really assess what they're going through. See, it's like, just almost say, aha, we go through that as well. Or here's something that Lynn and Will talked about on the podcast that they're going through. We've gone through that. Here's some of the things that they've said help them through it. Maybe we can also read this book or do this activity together. So I'm hoping that, our listeners just take time to really look at what they're going through and pause. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same. I want to be able to inspire people to to have to have hope that they can have a positive relationship, a beautiful relationship. Understanding that there's no such thing as perfection. So
No,
there's going to
none
be
at all.
challenges, ups and downs. There are days that we have differences, but we work through that. And I think I wanted to be an example of what what it looks like to put in the work in a relationship. To
Yeah,
make it to sustain the challenges that life is going to throw at you. And specifically in the Black community, I wanted to be able to kind of be an example of what is possible in the Black community. We have, we're not monolithic, right? There's different
right.
kinds of relationships, but there's the stereotypes too that I wanted to try to, debunk. That not all Black men are irresponsible, out there, not taking care of their kids or whatever, and not all Black women are, just really aggressive and mad about everything or whatever, or what,
Yeah, yeah,
whatever the
no.
stereotypes are. It's like
Exactly.
we're not all the same, and there's definitely things about us that other people may not relate to,
Right.
and there's things that we do that other people will be like, yeah, that looks boring or whatever, but
Exactly.
that's fine. That's fine.
Are
We're
you
just
saying
one
that we're
example.
boring? But you know what? We actually could be in a car together and not have to talk.
Well,
But
yeah,
I love that
that's
about.
usually because you're asleep, but
Well,
it's
that's
okay.
true. But all kidding aside, I don't think you have to fill every space with conversation. I think those individuals that have a relationship that they're okay with each other or feeling okay, they don't have to constantly talk, I think.
Yeah. No, you don't have to constantly talk to, like, that's the beauty of being able to be in the presence of somebody else and not say anything, but still feel like you can still feel their energy and
Exactly.
feel warmth and all that.
Yeah.
That's a whole different kind of whole nother level, and that's a beautiful thing to be able to have.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that conversations that we have, like I said, about what we went through, how we overcame some of the struggles that we might, currently have or have had in the past, will help others. And like you said, the institution of marriage is something that I take very seriously. When I said I do, I meant that I will. Anyway, I really, that's who I am. And I think that you're the same person. Now, we both understand that you can say I do and things don't work out. They just don't work out, right? If you're constantly like fussing and yelling and calling each other out of their names, which I always said to you, you can never do that, because once you start calling your mate, your wife, your husband out of their name, then all of a sudden you start looking at them differently. If it's a constant
Well,
thing.
I think it's both ways,
Right.
Then the other person starts feeling differently, and looking at them is like, okay, that goes back to your thing about respect. If you're calling them out their name, you're
calling them stupid, or you're calling them dummy, or, that's not endearing. Like some people be like, oh, she's dummy or she's dumb. No, after a while, at first it's like, oh, he's just kidding. No, Because that one day he's gonna be like, "All right, stupid, pick that up, stupid." You're gonna be so offended, and so it's like I've never, and
And then
I've
you're gonna be
always
around your
said
girl, you let him talk to you like
exactly
that? I would never let no man talk to me.
right.
Now it's a stereotype, I get it, but
Yeah,
you know, then
but still,
you have
it's
some girlfriends like that.
yeah, but I think we all do. Yeah, but
I don't have no girlfriends like that.
yeah, but
All my girlfriends are cool.
all your girlfriends are cool. But I just think that that's one of the things that I said to you. You know, we're not going to do that. It's just not going to happen. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
You know, I think we did it. It's been what, 5 years now? 6
Since
years?
we started this?
Yeah.
Oh,
after my mom's death, right?
Pre-pandemic, I know that.
Yeah. So like this.
So this
18th, 19th. So.
You know, you could look it up on your phone.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do
sad
that.
that we don't know.
Yeah, that's okay.
You know why we don't know? It's because we don't do it regularly. I mean,
that's okay.
Imagine. All right, so if it was 5 years, if it is 5 years, but I think it's more than 5, and we've only got
11
episodes.
Oh, good. We have 18. Years. I'm happy.
We didn't even break 25.
I think that's great. I think we have
what we
have.
You're right.
Yes.
Look at it, the positives. Because we've got 18 more episodes than somebody that's just been thinking about doing a podcast.
Right. Okay. And, you know, I often say, like, you know, we're entertainers. And I often say, if I'm doing a show and one person show up, I'm doing that show for that one person.
Right.
I'm sorry. You know, it's like, yes, do I want 200 people to show up? I do. But that one person took time out of their, you know, their life to be at my show. And I'm going to give them a show. It's going to be an intimate show, which is me and that one person, but we're going to have fun. So I think that our 18 or 20, whatever episode, which we do have to confirm.
It's 18. Well, this will be 18.
Yeah, I think. And our guests that we've had, we're on our way now to record an episode, and looking forward to that. And I think we do need to put more time, but you know, life has been lifing, as they say. I think we've both been kind of, but I guess we can't continue to use that as an excuse. If it's something that we really want to do.
That's a good point. And I think it's a matter of, okay, how committed are you to the mission or the purpose of what we're trying to do? Like, you know, if we're really trying to set that example, or if we're really trying to show people, or really trying to be something, you know, people can listen to kind of feel good about it, then if that really is our goal, how committed to that are we?
Yeah, because you know what? I have had friends reach out to me saying, when are you going to do another episode? When are you going to do another episode? And I'm like, oh, we're going to do it. And then
you know, my
things
friends
happen.
never asked me that.
Yeah, I don't think your friends listen. See, my friends, they absolutely listen. They come back and they...
fellas, come on, guys.
They quote things to me, and, you know, they're like waiting for another one to drop, making me feel good. When are you going to do that? So I think that you're right. You know, if we're going to have followers and we're going to ask folks to follow us, then we need to give them something to follow.
Got to give the people.
Yes. You have to. So, you know, we have work to do, and we just got to do the work. You know? Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're working on it. So we'll see what happens.
We got to do it. Got to just do it. Can't be working on it for 40 years. Got to do it.
All right, you know what we should do is we should set some goals that we would like to achieve.
Damn the goals. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. You set them goals. You look at them. You're like, yep, got to do that.
What's happening here? Where is that? What is that accent? Is that Cousin Marlene?
That's Cousin Marlene. No. Who's Cousin Marlene? You mean Miss Franklin?
No, Cousin Marlene.
Cousin
the
Marlene.
One that don't like the kids.
Oh, yes.
About the kids.
I forgot about Cousin Marlene.
Oh, my goodness.
She's put away in a box. So I don't know where Cousin Marlene. That could have been her. She could have came out for that one.
Your multiple personalities just kind of seeping out.
They seep out. Anyway, you know what? I
Yeah.
think we definitely need to do it, get it done. What does your license plate says?
Just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will.
Yeah,
We are doing it now.
we're
We
doing
are
it
on the way to
now.
continue doing it.
That's right.
Down to heading down to Philly to interview a couple of good friends of mine.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see how this goes. We'll do it. We'll
Yep.
just do it.
Just do it. All right.
All
Talk
right.
to you guys soon.